Alright, so we're up here at the South Yuba River, up above the Edwards Crossing Bridge. I drove across the bridge, then about another mile or so up that dirt road to get to the campground, parked in the campground, and hiked down for about a mile and a half on a very nice trail, a big wide trail. This is a beautiful spot, as you can see, but unfortunately the water is just too damn high here. I've been looking around. JC, there's no bedrock to work here. There's no bedrock. I spent a bunch of time getting here and there's no bedrock. All right, well, we're gonna make the most of it anyway. I think I'll set the sluice up right there, and then we'll go dig some of the sandy soils along the edge of the river here, try to get in behind some boulders or something, and see if we can turn up any kind of flood gold. Okay, so I've been digging in a little hole next to the river. It's actually not a bad spot, I think, because if you take a look, watch what direction the bubbles are going down there. Actually, I'll take it down a little closer. Well, it's absolutely gorgeous down here. It's north of 85 degrees right now. It's hot. It's not just warm, it's hot. And I'm looking at this beach going, God, there's just nothing but sand and loose gravels. Where's the bedrock? What can I do here? I was thinking, JC, you sent me on a long hike and there's not going to be any gold here. But then I got looking, and the river goes that way. But right down here, right next to where I've been digging in this little area right here, I actually did find a little bit of bedrock down in there. So I'm just going to work this area right out here and take a look right here. Watch what direction the bubbles are going. I'll toss a couple little pine needles in. See what direction that pine needle is floating? That's going against the river. So this would be a drop zone in here when the river is higher, which would explain why we had a buildup of these little gravels and stuff. And this little area here was full of little gravels, kind of like that area right there. Those are the gravels that I dug out of this area. So let's go take a look and see what we ended up with in the pan, because I just ran about 2 gallons of material through the sluice just as a test to see whether or not we're going to get anything. Right behind that great big rock. That's a place to dig in the summertime. Back about, maybe, what, 5 feet from that rock or something. You can see all the boulders and boulders and boulders out in the middle of the river there. Beautiful. Okay, so I panned it out and I spared you watching me panning, because I know you more experienced prospectors just really don't want to watch a guy panning in a video. And take a look here. I think spread it a little bit. I think we did okay on this one. Once again, nothing to retire on. Kind of hard to pan it sideways like this, but I wanted to get a good camera angle. Ah, come on now. Be that way. Oh, you know what? I washed it down there. Take a look. We had a nice flake right there. That is a nice flake. And I think there's another little one in there too. So I'll go ahead and I'll finish panning this one out, snuff them up, and get on to the next one. My faith is restored in you, JC. You've restored my faith. As a beginning prospector, I am very excited by every little flake of gold I see in my pan. But I can understand how after you've been at it for a while, you want to kind of swing for the fences on stuff. And so that'll be the function of the Downeyville plains. I'm hoping to go up there sometime and find a great big nugget. That would be so very, very nice. And if I'm going to do it, it's probably not going to be here. It's probably not going to be down at Adam's spot. If I find anything that's going to be nuggety, it's probably going to be up on one of those Downeyville. All right, let's clean this sluice out and see how we did. Well, I like these new gloves. They got a lot of thick rubber on them. $7 at the hardware store in Nevada City. All right. Let's take a look and see what this clean out's looking like. When I lift this sluice up, I try to lift it up nice and level. And that's not bad. Looks like a little bit of black sand and stuff. Respectable looking material. Now I got to go find my gold pan. I'll come back and show you what we got. Okay, so not so good on that one. We just got one little flake and a couple of little specks over there, and we'll have to go back and dig some more, see if it gets any better. Okay, it ain't much, but I'm going to take it. We got 1, 2, 3 tiny little specks, and about 4 or 5 little micro specks, but I'll take it. Well, it is a beautiful day. Once again, what a surprise. Another gorgeous day in the motherlode. As much as I would just love to loll around by this river all day and stay here till it gets dark, I got one last bucket to do and then I gotta get the heck on out of here. So let's run that bucket and keep our fingers crossed. Okay, so we got a pretty nice little flake right there, and I imagine there's some other little micro dots down in this black sand, but I saw that flake come up and I decided, well, I just better go get the snuffer bottle and snag that baby right now. So there was just that one little flake, kind of rusty in the pan there. A couple little tiny micro dots, and I'm greedy, so I sucked those up too. I'm going to pop into the river over there and have a quick dip to cool off. And then I'm going to start right back up the trail. See how somebody has marked the trail with those, looks like Adam's been here. I wonder if that is Adam who actually marked the trail with those. So we're going to head in between the two trail posts, head on up the trail, and get back to the car and hope it's there in one piece and unmolested. All right, so we're just stopping and taking a little break along the trail. There's finally a little cool breeze that's kicked in. It's kind of a long, hot, and at this point a little bit dusty trail, but we got to get back and we got to get moving. So maybe show you a little bit of the trail as we go along. Okay, so after that hot, dry hike up the hill, I can hear, I think it's Kennebec Creek is the name of it. It's a little creek that's down there. We're gonna come into the creek crossing in just a minute here, I hope. It'll be like a nice, cool, shady little oasis. This hot and grueling hike we that, there's a fern. That's a good sign. These are getting near water. Hiking on the South Yuba Trail, approaching Kennebec Creek from the South Yuba. This is an easy trail. Big, wide open spaces. Not too many places to fall down and die. You can take a look down there through the trees. That is the creek. And we're cruising on the trail. Checking out the ferns, checking out the little flowers, checking out the water on the creek. Green, healthy, lush poison oak everywhere. Yeah, and isn't this nice? A nice, cool little creek, and they've made the crossing easy by building a bridge. But there's mosquitoes here, so I gotta keep moving. Oh, and it's uphill again, but it's not so bad going uphill in the shade. Uphill in that grinding sun, that's grinding. Oh, and I'm running out of gas enough at this point that I'm gonna just turn the camera off for rest for a second. Well, we're coming back into the South Yuba Campground. Crossing a little dry creek. And we're gonna come up to the road that circles around in the campground and compare it to the hike into that creek whose name shall never be mentioned. That was a piece of cake, although it was hot and it was physically exerting. 10 miles per hour. I better slow down. But if you don't keep doing that stuff, you just can't do that stuff. So for an old guy like me, it's good to keep doing that stuff because I want to keep doing that stuff. And this is a beautiful little campground. The whole place is just a tinderbox, God's sakes. But other than that, what a great place to come and have adventures. When you're out mining in gold country, every day's an adventure. There we go. First two people I've seen in several hours. I saw two people in the campground on my way down, and I drove by a car on my way in. Other than from up at the top of North Bloomfield Road, I have not had a lot of human contact today. All right, well, this is probably enough of this walk. I'll be back at the car soon. All right, we're back in the campground proper. They got some nice little campsites here. Somebody's got a campsite all made up there. Got people coming in, looking around, checking it out, trying to find a good campsite. Looks like a nice site. Got back in there. It's a pretty deeply eroded, dry creek bed down there. There's a trail that goes somewhere. I think they've decided to claim that campsite over there. And I can see the top of my vehicle I'm going to be vacating a prime campsite. Look at all these beautiful little flowers. Almost as if someone had landscaped the place. The Creator has landscaped the place. And we're back at the car. And this would be a deluxe little campsite. Look at this. Very nice.